legitimately afraid to count how many times I have made a post to Instagram and Facebook about getting back into shape after taking time off. It's a ridiculous phrase because even when I was 2 days away from playing a recital, I still had all these thoughts about how much I needed to improve my tone or my technique. It's almost like being a classical musician at a high level isn't about achieving a specific level of technical playing. It's about the lifetime of commitment to the instrument, the artistry of performance, and the ability to practice and perform in a way that allows you to continue this commitment and artistry for your lifetime. So here I am, coming off of a streak of about 5 days with little to no flute playing. And unbeknownst to me at the time, I was about to go into another couple of days with no playing because I came down with a sinus infection. C'est la vie. The first thing I try to do is stretch really well. I did some stretching right before the video started, and of course I had to pet the dog a little bit. You already saw that. She tends to snooze right through my playing now, regardless of how good or bad it is. At this point, I'm off camera because I'm stretching my chest using door frames, and the doors are off to the left there. I always try to make sure I stretch out the front of my chest because I have a tendency to collapse it down when I'm playing, so I'm just trying to be aware of allowing that to be free. The first sounds I make on the instrument are not good, and I don't even try to make them good. I just move some air. I'm mentally checking in on how my body feels, and today I feel very tight. I'm getting close to needing to see my chiropractor, so creating this voiceover is reminding me that I should call to make that appointment. I'm going to speed up the video here because it's not super interesting to hear me play some of these warm-up exercises. I go into my normal warm-up routine, which usually starts with rabbit attacks. I've done these since changing my embouchure in high school. I'm not really sure I need them anymore, but they help me feel more flexible in my lips and more grounded in what I'm about to do. They're just kind of a practice tradition for me now, and I love them. I've been trying to experiment with moving away from harmonics, though, because of some of the excess tension in my throat that I'd like to eliminate. But I do like the one-handed harmonics that are in the Flute Scale book by Patricia George and Phyllis Lukey. I think it really helps me get the air moving faster and encourages me to think about supporting the airstream from the abdominals and the intercostal muscles. this, I go into long tones. I tend to walk away from long tones and then come back to them every few months. I think that's pretty healthy. If you get tired of one exercise, replace it with something else that's similar. There's no need to beat yourself over the head with perfecting something because you can always walk away and come back later. And of course, you gotta go pet the dog. I mean, just look at her. She's adorable. And sometimes you gotta make weird faces to stretch out your cheek muscles. That's just part of being a flutist. Sorry, not sorry. So after the long tones, I move on to some Bernold vocalises or maybe some Paul Edmund Davies breathing and phrasing exercises. Today I did some Bernold and just tried to concentrate on keeping the vowel shape in my mouth a little bit more open to create more resonance, concentrated on moving that air. And it was just kind of nice. I tried to be as relaxed as possible. I took breaks every once in a while. I didn't really push anything too hard today. I set a timer for 25 minutes, and honestly, it was probably a bit too long. I was unfocused and pretty physically tight by the end of it. When I come back to practicing after a few days off, I think maybe starting with a 10 to 15 minute practice session will work best, and then take a break to stretch, and then we jump into another 10 to 15 minute one. I've been struggling lately about wishing I had the energy that I had when I was in my 20s or even my early 30s. I keep thinking about all the stuff I used to do in a day. How I used to pull 10 to 12-hour days almost every day. But now at age 40, I can't believe I ever had the energy to do that. I just don't have it anymore, and I've been kicking myself for this. But why? I'm 40. I don't have the energy I did when I was 25, and that is okay. This is exactly why I started the Realistic Practice Project. Because I, and probably many other people, need to learn to work within our own lives in a realistic way. I will never have 25-year-old energy again. And that's okay. So I just need to learn to adjust the way I practice and make practice fit into my life instead of trying to dedicate my life to practice. I love practice. I love playing tone exercises. I love playing technique exercises. I don't need to play 4 hours a day to continue to be a great player and teacher. I can use the time and energy that I have wisely to make sure that I can play at the highest level that I'm capable of. So if you're coming back from an extended break from your instrument, I want you to try to be gentle with yourself. You won't sound like you did before the break, and concentrating on that difference will only make you feel awful. So just make some sound. Make some bad sound on purpose. Blow strong air. Ground yourself through your feet. Gentleness and a realistic outlook will have you back to stronger playing much faster than if you were going to beat yourself up and just be angry about it. There's no rush. You're exactly where you need to be. And you're doing great. I'll see you all in the next one.